People underestimate how good a coach Mike Vrabel is, bro.
They do it every year, man. They underestimate our physicality. They underestimate what a run game, elite run game can do to you. They underestimate what our defense is. They do it every single season. They just think they see Tannehill and our little receiving core and think that we just not gonna win nothing.
People gotta understand as well. I mean, everybody wants to win the Super Bowl. It's a process to get there. When you on a mission or whatever, I mean, you set goals. That's why I always mention, hey man, we need to worry about winning this division, get to the playoffs. Ain't nobody standing for mediocrity. All that foolishness y'all say.
So I got a dream that I'm gonna be at the top of the scene. On every screen, making my presence something to be seen, yeah. I'll make them all see that I could be anything I wanna be. If you got a dream, then you need persistence and lots of belief, yeah. Yo, don't take that negative energy, I replace that. I just wanna be me, I don't fake that. I just wanna be free, yeah, chase that. I got a new obsession, it's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't wanna do the same thing, I wanna be progressive, so I'ma make a new me, a new beast, a true fiend. He's everything that he wants to be. Look in the mirror, what he wants to see is a dude looking back at me. I stay on track, yeah, track things. I'm setting goals, life hacking. I'm steady stacking. I see myself being happy. A better me with a strategy that I'm attacking.
Man, we back, baby, man. I can't believe this shit. We back, man. And it look like we got a damn quarterback, too, man. Hey, welcome to the Titans Coliseum podcast, man. You know who I am, and you know who Firestone is. You know who RJ is. And y'all also know who our special guest is. He one of the OGs of this Titans content shit, y'all. Y'all give it up for MJ, man. MJ, how you doing, boy?
I'm doing well, man. How about you guys?
Man, we blessed, man. We is blessed, man. We back.
Yeah, man. It feels good, man. I went to the game, man, and that was a great experience. That's probably they was up there with the Monday night game against the Buffalo Bills, man. Like that game felt great. You know what I'm saying? I left. I was like, man, I can't wait till the next game home. You know what I'm saying? So that was good. It was a good experience.
Bro, I was watching that game, all the Oilers on the sideline, the former players, that Oilers gear, the Oilers on the pad in the field. I was like, damn, I'm kind of upset I went to the Bengals game. I should have went to this one so I could have been there with all the Oilers stuff. But man, it was dope, man. Love seeing all that uniform, the gear out there on the sideline, and then just to see them go out there and shred it on the field. That's what we've been looking for a long time. Man, it was so exciting and refreshing to see.
Let me hold on. Go back to that comment, man. Hold on, man.
Oh, yeah, we're finna get to him in a second, man. But guess what his hating ass talking about, man?
That's why I wanted to address it, man. Because I'm like, bro, we gotta enjoy this.
First, man. Hey, cuz he most definitely done his due yesterday, man. And hey, Chiefer, man, nice meeting you yesterday, man. I mean, it was much love in the building, man. I mean, I finally got up with some great people, man. Soon as I pulled up to the stadium, man, I parked in the R parking lot. Soon as I turned in, I looked over, seen Nate Washington and Ryan Mouton, man, and I couldn't help but to holler, hey, Nate, Ryan, tighten up. Oh, let's go. God dang, them boys went crazy, man. But, man, yesterday was just an awesome day, man.
Yeah,
bro, I can only imagine what it felt like being there. Like watching it over the TV and over the screen, just seeing everything. It was just electrifying. That stadium was going off. But we got a lot of things to talk about that happened with the fans and some of the cheering and some of the other things that was going on as well.
Yeah, we finna get to all, you know what I'm saying, all the great stuff, all the foolishness and all that, man. But, man, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us. You know the drill, man. Help us turn the F up, y'all, man. We gonna keep this thing rocking. Hey, y'all make sure y'all come out to Winners Bar and Grill Thursday too, man, for this big ass Titans versus Steelers watch party, man. We gonna be doing the show live from there. We gonna have Titan Idiot Nation in the building. We gonna have the best tailgate in the world in the building, two-tone Blue Nation tailgate, man. It's gonna be a effing show, y'all, man.
Yeah.
But hey, RJ, go ahead and address the hater real quick, man.
Hey, man, pull that comment back up, man. For the dude that on here, I don't know what his name is, Mr. Facebook user, bro. Talk about this one game. Let's not get carried away. After the past 6 games, after the past 7 weeks of what we had to deal with Titan football, bro, let us have our moment, bro. Please let us have our moment, bro. We have been through a lot. We have been stressed out. We have been saying bench the quarterback. People talking about firing a coach. People talking about getting rid of Henry, getting rid of D-Hop, all this stuff. Let us have our moment, man. We done been through so much. And now we have a chance to turn this thing around real fast if we beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday. I'm telling you this now. So
thank you. And I definitely go ahead, MJ.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now I do have to agree with him though. Okay, we can't get to now. I'm gonna be on both sides here. I'm on both sides. I'm on side A of yes, let's be excited, let's be ready. I was never even the guy that was like, oh my God, we're so bad. Let's tank. Caleb Williams, Drake May, it's over. We're done. After the Ravens game in London, I was like, wait a minute. First of all, I have the Ravens going to and winning the Super Bowl. I think they're that good. And if Tannehill doesn't throw the interception, we still might win that game. So Levis is now in, and he looks really good. We might compete for the division. I don't think we're going to win it, but I can't get too carried away yet. But it was really, really, really impressive and fun. So, like, I'm on both sides. I think we're still can't get too carried away, and still you could be excited. I think you could be on both sides there.
I think it's a little bit like to for your point that like everybody was always like tanked beforehand before Will Levis. I just think it was because nobody wanted to actually. Levis was never the guy nobody in this fan base actually wanted. So I don't think anybody actually watched this tape, paid attention to him. A lot of fans, the Titans fans, are Tennessee fans, so they went off that Kentucky-Tennessee game, and that's all they went off of rather than watching everything. And we didn't know what to expect from Will Levis to actually come out. Then to see him come out here and score more passing touchdowns than we have all year in one game, yeah, you got to realize that it's a turning point now. And it's not even that. It looked as if the whole entire team played with a higher motor and played with more energy and played better with him being in there on the field. And we've seen those moments where a few players will come in, step in, play, and it changes the whole energy everywhere. And when that happens, you got to play that person. You don't need to put in nobody else. You don't need to rotate. You let that person go in that's making plays, and all the other players are feeding off of it. It was good to see that change for Will Levis stepping in the game, and everybody seemed to play harder.
Yeah, I could just feel the energy. After he threw that first touchdown pass, bro, it was like the stadium erupted, man. And I could see they panned him on the sidelines, man. He was going crazy. I mean, I'm talking about the whole like as soon as he was on there screaming, everybody dabbing him up, we was all hyped. We were all, yeah, he playing with some emotion. And you know, we all fed off of it. The defense fed off of it. And it was like, okay, it's time to play football, you know.
Yeah, bro, it was that, well, I think that first series maybe, but when he went and like didn't convert that first down and he came off the field and you saw him on the, like, because I know y'all was there, but on the camera they showed a face of his face and he was like, fuck, he was mad. And I was like, that's passion we haven't seen from somebody. We ain't seen that from Malik. We didn't see that from Mariota. That was one of our biggest complaints when Mariota was here, to not actually see that passion when you come off the field to not get something done. And I was like, I like that fire. Showed Will Levis wasn't like, oh, I'm just happy to be here on the field in this opportunity. No, I wanted that damn first down and I'm pissed that I won it. So, and then he came out and was firing. And it wasn't like short passes that wide receivers went and make plays. Bro, these was 50, 60-yard dimes down the fucking field that looked effortlessly for him to throw that. Bro, he didn't even throw his body in them throws. He was on back foot, lobbing them off like it wasn't shit.
His arm is legit. Like, it's totally legit. Yeah. Like, he could just flop it up. Like, he just knows how to drop it in, dude. His arm is
putting it in the bucket. He's putting it in the bucket. Like, and I just, man, that final throw he threw, bro. That final touchdown throw he threw, bro. There's only 4 quarterbacks in the league I can name off the top of my head that can make that throw. And that's Mahomes, Rodgers, Herbert, and Josh Allen. I don't think anybody else outside of them 4 can make that throw off of their back foot. You know what I'm saying? And lead a receiver perfectly into the bread basket. That's the only 4. You know what I'm saying? That was unbelievable. unbelievable.
Yeah, man. Man, let's talk about D-Hop, man, because everybody was talking about D-Hop with Wash just because he signed with the Titans. And the Titans
wide receivers go to retire.
You're right. They come here just to die. And like I said yesterday, motherfucker, we ain't dead. And D-Hop damn show ain't washed, man. That dude came through. He made motherfuckers pay. He was out there burning motherfuckers deep. He was going the fuck in, man. And I ain't gonna lie, on that first touchdown, man, I was like, man, they kind of gave him that D-Hop stimulus package on that one right there. But hey, man, it's going on in Tennessee. So shoot, I'm gonna take it every single day of the week. And the second touchdown, I think that's the one he was running like a short end route or a slant route or whatever. I mean,
yeah, and it's spun to get in.
He took some contact, got in the end zone, but that third one though, that boy put them burners on him, boy. I tell you, break that on D-Hop, man. Boy,
hey, that was a great route, bro. Like when I tell you, man, when he hit that double move and Will Levis hit that pump fake, I was like, oh my god, like it was nasty. And he threw it from the pocket was collapsing. Like people didn't even see that the pocket was literally collapsing when he threw that third touchdown pass. So.
Yeah, bro, he just stayed in that pocket. It didn't seem like when it started to collapse or when people got close to him, it didn't seem like he panicked. He still stood in there, made throws. Bro, it was just beautiful to see out there, man. It was lovely.
And just like D-Hop's hands, like his attentiveness, his awareness, it's so apparent. And it's so frustrating though, also because our other wide receivers, we need Traylon Burks to show up. I'm like, oh my god, can Traylon Burks finally do something? But DeAndre Hopkins, him to just reel it in, even just the awareness of okay, maybe it's a penalty, maybe it's not, but I'm still going to pay attention to the pass, be able to catch it, be able to be focused. That is what we need from this wide receiver room. I hope, again, I want us to keep him. I mean, we have the trade deadline coming up. Even into next year, I think we need him next year. I think he needs to continue to, hopefully it's not his job, but to hopefully develop this wide receiver room. If he can influence people there. Kyle Phillips, I don't know if he's ever going to do anything. I don't know anymore. I don't believe that. But man, yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, so good.
Yeah, because to your point, all right, so we had a deep ball to Traylon Burks yesterday, and he couldn't keep the feet in. That ball could maybe, give or take a few little bit, maybe place a little bit better, but it was still a nicely placed ball. That was missed. But outside of that, did Traylon get any catches yesterday? I don't think so. And then I'm tired of seeing Chig drop the damn ball. What is going on with all this?
He got Traylon got a catch.
I don't. He got a catch. Okay.
No, I'm not arguing with you anything. I'm just saying he got a catch, but the foolishness that went on with that catch. They tried to rule it short, but then they overturned it.
Oh, that's right. That catch. Okay.
Down, but D-Hop, committed a offensive pass interference, which was some bullshit. And them refs yesterday, man, I mean, they was all over the place once again. I don't know what the damn deal is with the refs, man.
No, I thought
Traylon also had a one catch that where he got his foot out of bounds. Will Levis kind of led him out of bounds on that third and three.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but that was a good throw. That was tight and wire. But it's we got to get you stepping up. You're supposed to be the number 2. And again, like we've been saying on this show, or RJ's been preaching, NWI is outperforming you, bro, and that should not be a thing happening right now. Okay, NWI had that deep ass touchdown. NWI has as many touchdown catches as D-Hop right now. They both have 3, so I just need to see Traylon show up some more, bro. You're a first round pick. We need to see you show up. There shouldn't be games where you're ghost ever.
I ain't gonna lie, Firestone, man. I'm gonna be real. I think this game on Thursday is gonna be the Traylon Burks show, man. I got a feeling, bro, because now all the attention finna go to D-Hop. They gonna still stack the box for Derrick Henry, so they're praying for Traylon Burks to beat you. Now you get what I'm saying? So I just feel like next game gonna be a Traylon Burks show.
I would agree, but why this game otherwise than any other game? Like, I would agree. I want to agree with you. But why is this game going to be the game? It's always, this next game, this next game, this next game.
Right. You're right.
You know, like
How it is with the wide receivers, though, MJ, and also too. We ain't had the best quarterback play until
that's what I'm saying.
Levis and how he loves to throw that deep ball or whatever. I mean,
that play right in the Traylon Burks' hand
as well. So I mean, the opportunities to throw those deep shots, as long as the offensive line stays playing how they played yesterday. Somebody brought that up in the comments too. Man, the offensive line was on point yesterday, man. They did their thing. They kept Levis clean for the most part. I think he was only sacked 2 times, in which one he was running forward, only lost the yard, and then one was late in the game or whatnot, where you needed to get down to keep the clock rolling.
Clock running. Yep.
That was smart by Levis, by the way, man. He done a lot of smart things yesterday, man. He came out there and looked just like a vet that had been doing his thing. But yeah, MJ, I mean, like you said, though, man, I mean, you got a point about, we keep on saying, maybe this game. It needs to happen, most definitely.
Well, I mean, this is my first time really banking on a Traylon Burks game. This is my first time on here. I mean, I know MJ, you ain't been on here, so you know what I'm saying. So this is my first time really banking on a Traylon Burks game.
But it's like what RJ's saying. It makes a good point because D-Hop just had 3 touchdowns, right? If you're the Steelers defense and how Titans been playing all year, and you're like, all right, D-Hop finally showed up, and maybe this is this new QB's favorite target, right? All right, Chig's been dropping the ball, Traylon's been ghost. Let's go double D-Hop this game. Let's make those 2 other people beat us. Like, honestly, if I was Steelers, I'd be scheming up for NWI more than I would Traylon. So it's like, all right, we're going to double D-Hop, and we're going to force Traylon and Chig to make the tough catches that they ain't been able to make all year.
Exactly.
And then that's where Traylon comes out and makes a good game. Hopefully, because you're going to have to.
That's true. That is true.
The thing I've been thinking about all day today is, what is the adjustment to this offense? What is the adjustment that Pittsburgh is going to make? That's going to do that. They're going to watch the film on what we did against the Falcons, and I want to know what is the game plan for now moving forward? Is it Will Levis's deep ball, or are they still going to just bank on, okay, maybe we stop Derrick Henry, we can hold Derrick Henry under 100, and maybe he won't make as many throws or get the play action isn't going to be as effective as it was last game. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know what it's going to look like moving forward.
Yeah,
well,
because
that
the
offensive line. I mean,
you took it right out my mouth.
Yeah, man, great minds think alike, man. But yeah, they gonna attack the offensive line because who was it that went out? Hubbard went out with a concussion or whatnot. They kept him out, so we don't know if he's going to be ready to play Thursday. Which Dillard is back in the mix. He came in. Nicholas Petit,
he played decent.
Moved back over. Yeah, he played good yesterday, man. He moved back over the right tackle because Dillard can't play right tackle. So,
yeah, but this is a Steelers defense that does have TJ Watt, and not only TJ Watt, but knows how to run some schemes and some stunts on that defensive line. And this offensive line is shown to have difficulties with that. So, but one of the bragging points that they gave about Will Levis in college is that he loved the blocking schemes of the offensive line. He took pride in that. He nerded and geeked out when it comes to those things. So maybe him being in that game will be able to help them out a little bit and make it a little bit better, but we'll just have to see.
I just feel like he's about to get hit this game, man. And I've been telling folks at work, I said, man, this is gonna be the game. We need to really judge what Will Levis is probably gonna be moving forward, because Pittsburgh gonna hit him. They might even intercept him, so he might throw his first pick this game. And my eyes are gonna be on him to see how he reacts after he throws a pick. Is he gonna come out there and keep playing trash, or is he gonna, okay, we got the pick out, let's go, let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge game because the 4 touchdowns thing, it was great. It was fun to watch. Okay, he's not going to do that every game. I anticipated at least an interception this weekend, at least. But maybe even 2, maybe. He's a smart guy. I know that for a fact. He's going to continue to be smart, but also that smartness could, lead you to overthink something and throw an interception. Because when you're talking this Tomlin defense, it could really lead you to force a mistake that you probably shouldn't make. It's going to be very interesting, but Tomlin's going to come with some things. And I'm really concerned about like his safety movement and what he's doing with those slot corners too. Because Levis sometimes can force things over the middle, which I don't love. At least he did in college. We'll see because he did in the NFL, which I don't love. So we're going to have to watch for that as well.
And I wanted to ask you a question about that, MJ. Do you think Pittsburgh is going to be bringing a lot of heat Thursday, or are they going, sit back, only rush 3 or 4 and, force Levis to beat them with the short intermediate pass game in which, that's where, most of his mistakes come from?
Yeah, I think they're going to like do a mix, but honestly, you're going to see more of them sitting back. I think you're going to see more of them sitting back and them like anticipating like what Levis is going to do and just like forcing him to either hit wide receivers in the zone and just like force some things and then occasionally get the interception. That's what I predict.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they're gonna try to take that deep ball away, man. That's the first thing that I'm trying to do, man. I'm saying, hey, go ahead and play 5 yards back, sit damn near 10 yards back. We're gonna make him dink and dunk his way up this field. You know what I'm saying? To see if he can do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, but we only seen one side of Will Levis's game, and that was his arm this last game. He can run too. Like when you go back and watch that Penn State, like everybody talks about his Kentucky tape, but if you go back and watch that Penn State tape, bro, he's running option. That dude looking like Navy out there in Army games, the way he's running as much. And he's tough with his running too. So even if they are to get pressure on him, it seems like he has, or at least this last game, we'll see moving forward. It seemed that he had the presence to know when to stand in the pocket and make a throw and when to abort and start taking off and running. So he's not too quick trigger on that run, but I see this next game with the Steelers, he's going to have to use his feet and get out of pocket, move around, extend plays a little bit more because they're going to bring pressure. They're going to throw a bunch of people on that line, and all of them ain't going to come, but every time it's going to be different people coming. You're going to have to figure out who's coming and who's dropping back in that zone because that's what Mike Tomlin does best.
Right. Well, let's flip it over to the defense, man, because we gotta show the defense love, man, because they showed up and they made some plays yesterday, boy. Or did they have the Falcons under some pressure? Big Jeff, I mean, everybody been talking about where's Big Jeff been? Big Jeff hasn't made any play, man. Look, man, Big Jeff and the Nico Archery, man, they wrecked the fuck out that game, man. Dr. Gibbies even came through with a sack. Harold Landry should have had 2 sacks or whatever. I don't agree with the roughing the passer late in game or whatever.
He hit him in the head area, bro. Like it sucks, but you just can't, really man.
Man. I didn't see it. I mean, I caught like glimpses of it. I even went back and looked at the game before I got on here, and I was like, what did he do? What did he do different from the last sack? Because I mean, they damn near looked identical, but
well, they missed it the first time and they got it the second time. That's what happened.
These damn refs, man. But the secondary, of course, Kevin Byard, he's the Eagles now, RIP to the Titans legend. We wish him all the best or whatnot. And the secondary, although they made some plays as well. Shout out to Christian Fulton too, man, because Christian Fulton, he really stepped up. He's been stepping up these last couple of weeks here, man. And if he just gets back to playing good sound football, man, I mean, he'll be cool, man. That's all he got to do, man. But at the same time, too, they got some plays made on him as well, man. And I just think that comes from a chemistry thing or whatnot, because I mean, they missed Kevin Byard back there in the secondary, and Elijah Moulton actually gave Amani Hooker credit for, communicating with the guys. That's why I say I think it was more of a chemistry thing. And if this front seven, continues to play how they played yesterday, and the secondary, gets it right on the communication standpoint, man, I mean, this defense, man, it can get back on track and it can get ugly for opposing offenses.
Most definitely. Yeah. I'll speak on defense, man. I like the energy that they played with, but I ain't gonna lie though, man. our secondary, man, it's gonna get cooked, bro. we play any team that got some receivers like that, bro, and a good quarterback, bro. We finna get cooked. I'm just gonna be real. Like, I mean, but we couldn't stop the Falcons from pass. We can't stop Taylor Heineke, bro. How we gonna stop Trevor Lawrence? How we gonna stop Patrick Mahomes? You know what I'm saying? The Dolphins, you feel me?
Pass rush.
Yeah.
Pass rush.
We just got to pray the defensive line get to him before he find somebody else.
Yeah.
Rush, man. We got a damn good pass rush.
Yeah,
when
we
they
do.
on,
I agree
man.
with
You
that.
got the game is one up front, man. So you always
we did a good job.
That.
We did a good job stopping the run too, and I like what we. I think we did a good job for Bijan Robinson. I mean, he only had like 60 yards rushing, man, and I think that's a good job on Bijan because Bijan's been tearing people up left and right. So, you know,
yeah. No, defense has been doing good. They stepped up better this game, but like you said, man, the DB still they got to figure out something. They're still getting cooked. There's still miscommunications that's going on. Finally, it's good to see the D line finally showing up and getting some pressure on the passer because the past couple weeks it has not been there. I don't know if that's because Tarts got there. I don't know it's because they traded Kevin Byard and that lit a fire under everybody's ass because you saw Jeffrey Simmons before the game giving that pep speech. It ain't about who's here and it's not about who ain't here. It ain't about who's not here. It's about who's here and we're here. Let's get the job done. Let's show up. So like you know that Byard trade is already kind of affecting that locker room a little bit. So, but on a good note, we did make them bench a QB, which we ain't done in a long time. We saw 4 QBs play in yesterday's game, but we benched him. But Tyler Heineke, bro, is a QB that was going out with the Commanders and lighting it up on Monday Night Football, throwing for 400 passing yards and 4 TDs and doing it regularly. So, like, he has to have a system around him like any quarterback, but he's not like Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah, MJ, you got anything you want to add about the defense?
I know. I was waiting on it because, the only thing I will say about the defense is, big Jeff Simmons. We know he's a beast. He's, nearing GOAT status here when it comes to Tennessee. When it comes to the secondary, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. The Taylor Heineke, Desmond Ridder moving the ball, just so frustrating there. We're gonna see, man. I luckily again, if you look at our upcoming games, we have the Steelers, the Bucks, the Jags. Jags are probably gonna beat us, but we'll see. If we could easily get them back, it's a divisional game. We don't have to worry too much yet about like us having to really protect, the pass game, the pass defense. But it's not particularly impressive up to this point. Like I want to see our cornerbacks, making plays, like actually being aggressive towards the ball. Actually, like instead of just being a little passive as it is. Jeffrey Simmons is doing well. Autry here and there. Arden Key, he's even fallen off. I can't say that this defense is impressive yet. 23 points for this week was a lot. But we'll see how we continue to play there. We'll see.
Facts, man. Facts. And man, we can't get up out of talking about this game right here without talking about special teams, man. Ryan fucking Stone Cold Stone House, man.
Yeah.
Oh, good God alive, man. He kept
2.0.
Atlanta in some bad situations, man. And when he wasn't keeping them in bad situations, Atlanta was keeping them damn selves in bad situations too, man. Because I think they just got desperate trying to make some plays or whatnot because they seen how this shit was going with Ritter and seeing how our defensive line was playing. So they was trying to provide a spark, but at the same time, I think Stonehouse had them folks spooked too, man, because them kicks, boy, some of them looked like god dang they were gonna get out of bounds and they weren't gonna have no control over it, man. But special teams definitely showed up as well. I mean, all aspects of the game, man. They was good yesterday, man. It wasn't the perfect game. We're not saying that, but at the same time, man, you saw something that we haven't seen in a while, which is complementary football, and that's something Mike Vrabel has been preaching about since he got here. Complimentary football.
It almost kind of seems like Will Levis and Stonehouse was out there seeing like, oh, you can kick it that far? Okay, well, I'm going to throw it even farther. Watch it. Levis was throwing the ball deep. Stonehouse is out there kicking his ass off in front of Brett Kern, trying to show off like, hey, man, they got rid of you, but they got rid of you for a good reason. Man, he was just booting that ball. And then Atlanta was doing some stupid shit to put him in bad situations to make him look even better. I was just loving it, man. He went to the Hall of Fame last year for his averaging kicks and all that stuff. So I'm just glad he has him on there because that's a game changer when we're down there at the 20 and this motherfucker can put them all the way on their side at the 20 too. We ain't got no worries. It's great.
Facts. MJ, you got anything you want to add?
About special teams? It's so nuts, man. Just keep killing it, yo. Just keep doing your thing, big dog. You've been doing well.
Yeah, I definitely like Nick Folk and I like Stonehouse, man. I've always ever since like Stonehouse made me want to get rid of Brett Kern, who I always say is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So like he's keeping it up. He's being consistent, man. And Nick
He's
Folk,
over Craig Hentrick.
Well, crazy about it, we didn't even see Nick Folk yesterday on Sunday.
That's what I was about to say, man. That was one of the best parts about yesterday, man. We didn't even have to see Folk unless goddamn we were kicking an extra point, man. And that's one of my biggest things I took away from yesterday, man. This right here, what we saw was modern day NFL football, man. Teams is not up out there settling for field goals. I mean, of course, field goals will be kicked, but at the same time, these teams today, man, they going for them touchdowns. And that's honestly why the Titans won yesterday. It's because they weren't settling for field goals. They were scoring touchdowns.
I'm gonna be real. I just don't feel like if we had Ryan Tannehill this game, man, the same right now. I mean, obviously healthy Ryan Tannehill for what we've seen this season. I don't think we win this game. I just don't, man. We're gonna be trying to kick field goals. Our secondary, it was giving up plays left and right. You know what I'm saying? They would have been scoring TDs, and it's like we would have been on here talking about how bad the secondary was. It's like it was never Tannehill fault because Tannehill don't. I mean, he'll probably just go there and kick a bunch of field goals. We only come out there with 16 points. But we'll be like, oh, the secondary was so bad. That's why we lost,
Bro, you know me.
I'm very much so in agreement. I think if Tano's out there, we do not win that game.
No,
also, I still say to this day, again, we should have been 3-3 before the game, but the Saints game, Tannehill blew it. He did blow it.
Yeah. Missed a lot of open plays, man.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm a Tannehill fan and advocate, and I defend him on the show a lot. That Saints game he did lost. So but that was, it is what it is. There's some excuses for him there, but not excuses, but real things. But this game, no, I don't think, because he don't have the arm that Will Levis has. So those touchdown passes Levis made deep down the field, Tannehill's not making those throws. He just don't have that arm to have the capability of doing that. So we kept talking about, we need a wide receiver that can take the top off the defense. Well, to have that, you also have to have the quarterback that can make the throw that takes the top off the defense. And Tannehill don't have that. And Will Levis clearly has that shit because they let D-Hop get behind him like, oh, yeah, Tannehill normally can't make that throw. And then you see Will Levis dunk that bitch down the field, and you're like, oh, shit.
Wait, also, Tannehill, Levis specifically has the confidence to make the throw, especially like with his touch. Like, he has the confidence to say, F it, boom. Like, I'm about to just launch this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I got a quick question, and I was talking with some people at work about this today, and I said, so after this season, say Ryan Tannehill retires, would you mind him coming back to being a quarterback coach for the Tennessee Titans? Because, I just feel like Ryan Tannehill, he pretty much cemented quarterback for the Tennessee Titans under Mike Vrabel, and I feel like he was the blueprint to make sure that to make Will Levis to what so where his skill set can make him a lot better, make the position a lot better to me. And I just feel like I would love that hire if we were to hire him as a quarterback coach,
Possibly. It depends on how much he knows football, right? Because if you would have asked me this about Tony Romo when he was retiring Dallas, I would have been like, no, it would be stupid. Why are we doing it? But then you listen to Tony Romo on the broadcast. This dude knows his damn football, don't he? He knows what needs to be done. He just didn't always have the physical capabilities of doing it. So is that Tannehill? Does Tannehill know how things need to be done and he didn't always have the physical capabilities of doing that? So if so, then yeah, we can bring him on because you already kind of know the system. We need somebody to help that quarterback room that can help relay this Vrabel message. But it will depend on how well Ryan Tannehill's football IQ is for me.
From everything that I know about Tannehill, he's not going to want to do it. I will say that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying he doesn't. I don't think he wants to be a coach. I'd be very surprised if he wants to be a coach.
Yeah, and I agree with you right there, man. And that's actually what I was going to say too, man. Every great player doesn't have it to be a coach, nor do every player wants to be a coach, because I mean that right there is a grind. I mean, you already know what these coaches go through day in and day out. They waking up 3-4 in the morning, staying at the team facility late night, some even hell sleeping in that motherfucker. So I mean, Ryan Tannehill seems like a very family oriented guy. I don't know if y'all can remember, but back a couple of off seasons ago, I mean, he went on the whole fishing trip. This was actually after the Bengals playoff game with the 3 interceptions. I know that's gonna cut some of y'all deep, but fuck it, it is what it is, man. But you remember all the foolishness from Ryan Tannehill being on the fishing trip. Motherfucker sitting up here talking about, oh, he should be at the team facility after that game right there. He threw this 3 interceptions. I'm like, dude, let the damn man live life. God damn. Like, he can't even be with his fucking family. Shit, football. I mean, everybody loves football, but god damn, man. People got lives outside of football, man. And so just getting back on topic, man, yeah, Ryan Tannehill may not want to be a coach.
So I got a question for y'all now. So like, all right, Will Levis performed this way. We've seen good. Like clearly, I think we can agree, whether you want to have your biased pick on which QB you like. Clearly, Will Levis has outperformed Malik Willis in one game than what Malik has done in 2 years. Clearly has done it. I mean, bro has more touchdown passes already than him. And that's crazy. He was 2-year quarterback and had to get able to start half the year and lost. But do you want to see Will Levis moving forward as the Titans QB, no more Ryan Tannehill? And if so, do you think we will trade Tannehill? And is there actually a market for Tannehill to be traded?
Well, I'll go ahead and take this one right here. Market-wise, I'm gonna believe the reports that's coming out right now, and they saying that teams are interested in him. I mean, I know you got the Jets situation and the Vikings situation that came up yesterday, in which Kirk Cousins, what was it, tore his Achilles or something? I can't remember exactly what he did, but he's been ruled out for the season. And we may possibly have some in Atlanta too, regardless of what Art says. Now, yesterday, I mean, Ritter got benched, and they tried to say that Art tried to say it was because of injury concerns. I mean, they looked at him for a possible head injury or concussion, but the doctors, said he was clear that, but Art still ran Heineke out there. And which that pretty much told me, man, Art benching this dude. I mean, he ain't just gonna come out and say we benched him for performance reasons, but we know what the reason was, because I mean, you have to look at it like this right here. Say if Desmond Ridder was out there torching the Titans, say the Falcons was up in that game double digits going into halftime. Do you honestly think Art would have kept him out of that game for injury concerns?
Bro, no, like it's I think the injury gave him something to kind of use as an excuse to bench him, because like if Heineke didn't come in and play as good as he did, he probably would have brought Ritter back in. But since Heineke came in and was completing passes, the offense was moving, getting games, the defense seemed to start getting better because they're getting rest. You let the hot hand stay in regardless of injury or not. And the injury was kind of like a blessing in disguise. They can be like, all right, sit to the side. This dude's doing pretty well. We'll just go ahead and ride the hot hand. Now, whether that goes to the future of the next weeks or so will be seen. But if I was Atlanta, I'd be moving on from Ritter. He don't look like he has the confidence in himself and his talent.
By the way,
they could
blessing
definitely find this.
is the exact perfect way to describe that. Sorry. Sorry. We're going it?
No,
No.
Go ahead. Okay.
I would say injury was blessing in disguise. Arthur Smith is literally crazy. While I love his offensive mind for us and like what he did for us, he literally believes that Desmond Ridder is the starting quarterback in this league. I don't know why, but like I follow the Falcons a decent amount. Like literally, like they were literally believing this entire offseason Desmond Ridder is going to be our starting quarterback. This guy can move the football. This guy can perform well. This guy's going to be us. I mean, it's crazy to me. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me, but he literally believes that. So it's crazy. But yeah, this Heineke was an excuse for him to put someone else in, and then finally someone else started moving the football. Ridder is not it. He's like a low-key Mariota. I don't understand why they're doing that. Mariota is better than him. Like, but he's my comp. Like, he's a low-key Mariota. It's crazy.
Very similar. Like, they got all the physical tools, but like when in terms of like, body, what I'm saying, speed, but it's like they're just not accurate. He's not accurate. He's not a good accurate quarterback, and it's starting to show in the league. And I just feel like this, though. If they move forward, I think Tannehill, Heineke can at least make them get to the playoffs because, I mean, their division is absolutely terrible. They have the worst division in football. And I thought it was going to be the AFC South, but it's most definitely them. Like, they're still leading the division with 4-4, and it's like it just, blows my mind. But I think from moving forward, man, I think he needs to just play Taylor Heineke. Hopefully they can beat the Saints and get them out of the way. But we'll see what they do in the playoffs.
Shoot. I mean, Arthur did used to coach here. We could trade Tannehill over to Atlanta, bro. There's your answer right there, Arthur. Just go ahead.
I really
like our players anyway.
I don't think Tannehill gonna get traded. I want Tannehill on his team.
He's definitely
mentor.
not.
I need him to mentor Will Levis, man. Will Levis, as good as he played, he needs a mentor. He needs somebody in his ear, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tannehill is gonna be there moving forward for the rest of the season until he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So kind of like what Mariota was for Ryan Tannehill when he took over. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, Tannehill's definitely not getting traded because he's not going to pass a physical to get traded by 4 p.m. tomorrow. It's just not gonna happen.
Right. Well, hey man, shout out to everybody watching tonight, y'all. This is the Titans Coliseum podcast, man. And y'all turned up in the comments, man. We truly do appreciate that, man. Like I said, man, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, all that good stuff. Come out to Winners Bar and Grill this Thursday for our watch party with Titans Idiot Nation and Two-Tone Blue Nation tailgate, man. I mean, it's going to be lit, man. Hey, Titans Coliseum podcast, man. We finna get to the bullshit, man, because it's been a lot of bull. Man, I just gotta say this before we get into it, man. I love my fellow fans. I truly do. Whether I agree with them or disagree with them, I love this fan base right here because you never know what's going to happen, what's going to be said after a win or a loss. And you would think after this win yesterday, you would think everybody would be happy in Titans land. That ain't the case around here, man. I mean, shoot, man. Y'all want to get to the boo gate first, man? I think we should go ahead and get the boo gate first. Let's go ahead and get that out the way, man. Let's go ahead and tackle that, man. Because, I mean, y'all already know what happened, man. Vrabel spent most of last week talking about we were going to play 2 quarterbacks. This going to be, 2 quarterback system, blah, 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 this and that. And, everybody was like, no, let Will Levis play. Just go out there, run with 1 quarterback. This ain't college. So what does Vrabel do? Vrabel does what Vrabel always does, which is be Mike Vrabel and say, fuck y'all, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do because I'm the head coach. Well, he runs Malik Willis out on the field in which what happens when Malik Willis runs out on the field with these damn gadget plays. I mean, it always goes left, and it went left yesterday. And we actually gave the Falcons 3 points off of the foolishness. And sure enough, that snap was bad, but still, it was a snap that Malik Willis should have not only caught, but he should have got on the damn football as soon as he fumbled the motherfucker. I mean, as soon as he fumbled it, he was thinking about picking it up and start running like, oh, no, get the fuck on the ground. Get to the next damn play, man. Jesus freaking Christ, do not do that shit, man. And that just goes back to his situational awareness. I mean, this dude right here, I mean, in, situations, his situational football IQ, it is not there, man. I mean, you got to be smarter than that. But here comes where the bullshit starts. So, after that right there, Titans offense goes back on the field. Could have been a couple of drives later. I can't fucking remember, but everybody knows how it went, man. Vrabel runs Malik back up out there. And Firestone, get my graphic up here, because I'm going to go ahead and get to this shit while we talking about it, man. It was just fucking ridiculous what happened. Don't do dumb shit to hurt the team. And that's pretty much what we saw yesterday when Mike Vrabel decided to run Malik up out there after fumbling the ball. That shit right there, and that quote right there comes from Mike Vrabel. Don't do dumb shit to hurt the team. Well, Mike Vrabel, you done some dumb shit to hurt the team yesterday, man. And it could have cost us the game, honestly, because, I mean, as great as yesterday was, we only won the game by 5 points. And if the Falcons score a touchdown in that situation, we ain't up here just singing praises. Maybe we singing praises about Will Levis or whatnot, because that's just where we were going into this game. Hell, we just wanted to see Will Levis look good, but the Falcons score a touchdown, we lose that game. And I would have blamed that shit on Mike Vrabel for running Malik Willis back out there, because, dude, think about what that does. I mean, shoot, man, the man already got it in his head like, oh shit, I done fumbled. Man, keep him out of the game. Don't even try to gadget shit. This ain't his first time fucking up on one of these gadget plays. That right there should tell you that ain't what he do. And, the fans got the booing. And in that moment, I was like, what the fuck is Mike Vrabel doing running Malik back up out there? And then the fans got the boo, and I said, but they ain't got the boo, man. I mean, it was my instant reaction. But at the same time, I didn't boo. But I heard everybody else booing. I was like, man, they don't got to boo that man or whatever. After the game, that's when, all the bullshit started about we wasn't booing Malik. We was booing Mike Vrabel. And to that, I agree with y'all giving Mike Vrabel shit, but my fellow fans, you got to do a better job of having situational awareness as well, because bullets don't have a name on them. Boos don't have a name on them neither. So when those boos was coming yesterday, if I'm sitting up here thinking about y'all booing at Malik, guess what everybody else is thinking that didn't agree with it? They thinking y'all booing at Malik. The players even said that, like, we didn't understand why they were booing at Malik. And shout out to Will Levis too, because I mean he stuck up for his guy yesterday, man. You love to see that or whatever. Whether you agree with it or not, you gotta acknowledge that he stuck up for his guy yesterday. But the whole booing situation, though, bro, I mean, y'all pay good money to see the Titans and all that. And this is not money entitlement. I am not agreeing with them money entitled motherfuckers. I don't walk around thinking I paid my money, so I do whatever the fuck I. Nah, this ain't that right over here. Nah, I got money too. But I don't walk around acting like, oh, I'm Big Daddy Dollars. I got money. I do what I want. No, I don't do that shit. But
yeah,
you pay money to see a product. You know, you got the right to express yourself. Now, I ain't telling you how to fan, but it's a better way of conveying y'all message. Instead of booing or whatnot, let's get a fuck Mike Vrabel. Fuck Mike Vrabel.
But see, that's the worst.
That shit. I would have turned the fuck up in that bitch. I would have been right there saying, fuck Mike Vrabel right along with him too, man. Because guess what? You shooting a straight shot. And that's all I'm saying to my fellow fans, man. In that situation right there, just think a little bit before you act. Because just straight up booing, I mean, y'all left the door open for it to be questioned. And you know this damn media. This, you know, not talking to, you know, all the media or whatever, but you know the media, what they do. They gonna take the shit and run with it. So don't even put yourself in that situation. If Mike Vrabel do some dumb shit to hurt the team again, fuck Mike Vrabel.
But see, this is where I'm gonna push back on you. Okay? Because first off, we're winning the game in that situation. We're playing good. Why the hell are you going to chant that to the coach that's out there doing it? Because we made a decision in that situation. But I got to push back too with everybody talking about the fans booing, do better than this and that. What more do you want from a fan base that has been advocatively speaking about how displeased they are with the things that has happened in this franchise? We spoke out about the AJ stuff. We spoke out about how last year was handled with playing and not setting up things and how we ran with Malik and all this decision making. We talked again with the Byard trade and all this stuff. What else do you want from a fan base? Because obviously they're not checking the comments on social media. Obviously they're not checking Twitter page. They're not hearing us. So at what point do you have to be able to sit there as a fan and like, how else do we let them know we're tired of the bullshit that they keep trying to drag on this field every week and expect us to pay our hard-earned money that we're breaking our backs on 9-to-5s to come play and watch and support, but you don't want to listen to us. You want to keep trading our best players away. And then when we finally have somebody on the field doing good, you want to try to put this kid in that ain't done shit for our team, that has been making bad decisions, don't go out of bounds at 2-minute warnings, throws more interceptions than touchdowns, don't throw for 100 yards a game. Then you go put this dude on the field that already gave the Falcons some points, already made some mistakes that showed he didn't have effort and his heart wasn't in the game with how he didn't want to dive back on the ball. As a fan base, you're like, at what point is my voice being heard and how do I get them to be heard? So yeah, you boo a decision that's being made. That happens in football all the time. Decisions get made, or decisions get booed. Players get booed. It's happened. It's a way for the fan base to let the staff and the franchise know we're tired of this shit. We're tired of it. Do right, figure out what's going on. That's a kid, I get it, it's his dream to be in the NFL, but at the same time, that's a dream that is earned, not given. You ain't gonna get this shit given to you just because you want to be an NFL quarterback. You got to go out here and perform. You got to take the bads, you got to take the highs, you got to take the lows, you got to take the positive criticism and the negative criticism the same. It's going to come, and you have not came out here and performed like a franchise QB that they try to sell us on. So what more do you want? Because we can't say fuck Vrabel in that moment, because that's not Vrabel, and kids in the crowd too. So now you're doing something that's a little bit even more harder to say. What more do you want the fan base to do? Just sit back there and be like, this is what it's going to be. I accept it. Like, we got to speak out at some point and tell these coaches and tell this franchise, like, enough is enough. Start building. We're tired of it.
Before I kick it to RJ, hold on, RJ, hold on. Before I kick it to you, RJ Firestone, let me say this right here. And Chris actually brought it up in the comments as well. I mean, his kids out there, that's understood. But if you was at that Bengals game, this year, I mean, why I say they should have got the fuck Mike Vrabel chat started is because it was kids at the Bengals game, but that didn't stop those fans from saying, fuck you, refs. fuck you rest. I know y'all heard that shit right there.
True,
So,
but we're not advocating for it. It just happened, right? We're not advocating for it. That's something that happened in the moment.
I get your point. Go ahead.
I get to this comment right here. He said, "Tell me what Philly fans would have done." You know what I'm saying? In that situation, if a quarterback were playing like garbage, you know what I'm saying? They've been playing like garbage and they just keep throwing them back out there to run some gadget plays. You think them Philly fans, they finna boo like a mug, bro.
Wait, do you think Tannehill could even last his 6 games here in Philly?
Oh, Malik wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it.
No.
Tannehill. Do you think Tannehill could have gone through 6 games, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in Philly?
He'd have been done after that first game.
No.
He's out of there.
He's out of there, bro. They don't.
I'm just tired of this. I'm just tired of this buddy shit in Tennessee where it's like, that's a kid and he felt this and he has emotions. Okay, I get that. Cool. But we're sitting here at the end of the day, too. We're fans of a franchise and we're tired of seeing the foolery. We all know that Will Levis was playing better. Even a 3-year-old that don't know nothing about football knows that Will Levis was playing better. And everybody in that stadium knows if you run Malik out there, you're running the ball. You're not letting this dude throw it. We all know that. So why are you going to go out there and put in a package that's predictable when we already have somebody in there that shit's... It's just stupid. It does not make any sense. And then because he got booed, now you want to put it on the fans like the fans need to act better. No, y'all need to coach better. Y'all need to fucking coach better. That's what it needs to be.
Players gotta play better, coach gotta coach better.
Nah, I'm not going. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna ask y'all a real question, man. And I'm gonna keep it 100 for y'all, bro. So if let's say Will Levis is healthy, Malik Willis is healthy, what if Tannehill comes back out? Tannehill gets back healthy, and they start him. Well, how are you gonna feel as a fan if they start Ryan Tannehill with Will Levis healthy? Say, how about this? I do one even better. If Tannehill is ready to play this week and he starts, I mean, I think it just already came out. How would you feel about Mike Vrabel?
Well, yeah, I mean, then he I would be totally against him and I just would say fire him. But I really, really, really think that he can't be that stupid. I know he could do a lot of dumb stuff. I just can't believe he can be that stupid. So really, we're talking about next week because this week Levis is starting again. So the next, if they somehow trot Tannehill out there, Levis would have to be 3 interceptions this week, at least, okay, before even thinking about throwing Tannehill back out there. I can't believe he's that stupid. We'll see. Maybe he is. I don't think so. Maybe he is.
I don't think he's that stupid, but I think Mike Vrabel's got this ego to where he will go against the masses just because he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room.
Bro, that for me, if that happens, I will have to see because because Tannehill is the starter going before it, and there had to be a reason before that. And normally in a normal situation, if the injured starter comes back, unless Will Levis just outperforms him completely, Tannehill doesn't get that job back. This is one game, so we can't do one game. If this was 2 or 3 like this, then we have an argument, but it's one game, right? So maybe the Steelers game will help with that argument. But you got to let that starter come back normally. Now, but I would say, though, you're on a very tight leash. You're on a very, very tight leash. We're going to see a quarter, maybe 2 quarters. And if you're not performing better than what Will Levis has been performing the past 2 games, you're out before halftime. I don't give a damn. We're not going to give you a game. We're getting you out before halftime, and we're going to let Will Levis back in, then it's his train. But if Will Levis comes out in the Steeler games and plays like he did this last game, Tannehill don't need to start the rest of the year.
Hold on. So let me give you your argument back to that. So let's say, again, you put Tannehill back in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can he even last a half of a bad performance before people are chanting for Will Levis to be back in there?
No, well, it depends on how bad.
Half. People are going to be like, Levis.
True. That's why I said a quarter or a half. It depends on how bad. If he's playing very bad, he ain't gonna last a quarter. But if it's just things don't seem to be picking up and it's just not moving how it was moving, but you're completing stuff, you're doing good, but you're not doing better than Levis, he might last a half. But honestly, truthfully, I would just see a quarter. I don't see him lasting 2 quarters. People's going to chant for Levis.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's facts. Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna run the defense out there for the player intro because they already know what. Just like they done in what the Chargers game or whatnot, when they ran the defense up out there because they just knew if they ran the offense and Tannehill up out there, all hell was gonna break loose. But hey, y'all, listen. Like I said, man, even though I don't agree with the actual booing or whatnot, I definitely understand where you're coming from. People is frustrated about Mike Vrabel. Y'all got every right to be. But let's get to some more bullshit, man, because I mean it's been a lot of bullshit within the last 24 hours, man. Man, where is that clip at, man?
Which one?
Let me see. Yeah, the tunnel clip. Let's roll the tunnel clip.
Oh yeah.
Now, on the outside looking in, you would say, that's just the general manager and the head coach shaking up after a big win or whatnot. But, when you inside, I mean, some things the outsiders don't know, in which, people looked at this and they automatically assume, oh, yeah, there's some tension right there. Look at how Vrabel and Rand shook hands, man. Vrabel doesn't look happy. I honestly don't give a damn about, how they shook hands or whatnot, because Vrabel, shook Levis's hand the same way, in which, it was some bullshit came behind that, because people were saying, well, he didn't even mention Will Levis when he was giving his post-game speech. And every time they said something about Will Levis, he always gave somebody else credit. And I get what Mike Vrabel is doing. I mean, come on, y'all. We've been dealing with Mike Vrabel some years. We know how he operates. If you ask him something about the quarterback, he's going to talk about the wide receiver. If you ask him something about the wide receiver, he's going to talk about the quarterback or the offensive line. You ask him about the running back, he's going to tell you something about the offensive line. He's trying to keep these guys humble. And Vrabel do most definitely be on some bullshit or whatnot. But some of this stuff, man, you just got to let Vrabel do what he do, because regardless of what you think about Mike Vrabel is one of the best head coaches in this game, in my opinion.
I'll talk about this. I've been, I've been on Twitter, man. I've been reading it. I've talked to Sal about it, man. And I'm like, bro, like, Sal actually had a video of what they did after Mariota's first game. And there was Mike Mularkey. And I'm like, I fought confident on that. I'm like, bro, see, that's why Mario didn't make it. Because he felt like all he had to do was come in and have a good game, but I'm the starting quarterback. Ain't nobody else taking my job. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't had to get no better, nothing like that. And I was like, I like Mike Vrabel's approach, because he's setting a standard. This is what we need from you week in and week out from this franchise. You know what I'm saying? And I think as fans, we need to embrace what Mike Vrabel's doing, because, bro, we need to start like accepting good quarterback play only from this franchise, man. We've seen nothing but doo-doo, you know what I'm saying? It's outside of Tannehill, McNair, and now Will Levis. You get what I'm saying? And I like what Mike Vrabel's doing. He's not letting them get too high, and he's not letting them get too low. He's letting them know, hey, that was a good game, but we got to go to Pittsburgh, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to go to Pittsburgh and we got to play. You know what I'm saying? Don't let – you can celebrate this for the day, but after today, we need to go ahead. And I do got a clip on what Will Levis said on the Rich Eisen show. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go and play that.
This was Will Levis after the game.
I always hope and dream for an NFL debut like this, but do you even find yourself, you look back at the numbers and so forth, going, wow?
I mean, this is a dream come true for sure. But I mean, we have what time is it right now? 3:48. Yeah, I got 12 minutes to celebrate it before we're on to Pittsburgh, as Vrabel said. So But I mean, like you said, I've been dreaming of this moment as a kid my entire life, even just to touch the field in an NFL game, let alone get a win, is incredible.
Yeah, man. Vrabel, like I said, he's one of the best head coaches out there, in my opinion. And Will Levis is showing that Mike Vrabel's coaching is working. I mean, he just sit up there and acknowledged that, he only got 12 minutes to celebrate this, then it's on to Pittsburgh. That's exactly what Mike Vrabel wants him to do. Celebrate it, but understand you got another game coming up.
Yeah, and I'm with RJ on this too. We got to start embracing Vrabel a little bit because we got to realize fans and coaches aren't the same. All right, fans, we're supposed to be happy, hype him up. Will Levis said we're supposed to have that emotional roller coaster. That's for us to have. But the coach is supposed to keep them level-headed, right? There was this story that was once told to me, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was a king, and he would walk around, and he'd have a priest walk behind him, and every time he'd walk around, and all the people of the town would praise him like he's a god. The priest behind him would be just like, "Hey, you're only man. You're only man." We keep reminding him, "You're only man," and that's what the coach got to be. As much as we praise him as a fan base, he got to be like, "Yeah, that was a great touchdown pass to D-Hop, but this pass over here to Treylon Burks, you was off a couple." "Oh, that was a great pass over there to NWI, but, this over here was bad. You took this sack here, this, now." He has to find the things to make them better, improve, not find the things that you're doing good and praise him on that and boost up his confidence. We need to make you better. Find what you did wrong, and let's pick that up, because this was a top 10 defense this week. We got Steelers next week. They're a top 10 defense, too. They're just as tough, if not tougher, than Atlanta. We got to get you improved to fix up some of these things, because they're going to see the negative things, and they're going to pick it apart.
Right. MJ, how you feel about it, man?
Yeah, the video, literally nothing. I think the video is just like them just like literally just dabbing themselves up. I don't know why that floated around. It's so funny about this fan base sometimes. Like we were even, well, not we, but like some people were even talking about, man, Carthon. I mean, I don't know about this guy. Like, and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, this guy literally had one off season in which he obviously just saved money for the cap. He didn't go out and spend money on a lot of people. The Andre Dillard thing didn't work out. That's great. Okay, that's an L for him, and that's fine. Sean Murphy Budding's been fine. Aziz Al-Shaair has been fine. He's done okay. I'm not like high or low on him yet. Vrabel, it was getting close with him, like us having, not a great 2-4 record. But he has new life in him. Now we're gonna see though, because again, the next 3 games are not easy. Like as Steelers on a Thursday night, we know Titans and Steelers. We don't do well against the Steelers, especially in Pittsburgh. Okay, so we're gonna see about that one. And then we have I think Bucks, and then we have
the
Jags. So we're gonna see. It's a pivot point. But I think Vrabel will be fine. I think. But Carthon's still fine. Carthon hasn't proven anything good or bad for me yet, like definitively.
Yeah, that for me too. Also in that moment, it's like people's trying to make it like, oh, that's Vrabel and Rand. But I think even though we got that win, Vrabel wasn't happy with how we got that win, because to the point we made earlier, as good as Will Levis played, we only won by 5, and Levis talked about it in the presser afterwards too. Is that Vrabel told me we won, but I didn't have to make it as hard as I did. So he was obviously not too happy with some of the play, and clearly the Kevin Byard trade has lit a fire under Mike Vrabel's ass too. So it seems like he's taking things more seriously. We said on the show he needs to do something to win that locker room. We did not know it was going to be a Kevin Byard trade that was going to make it happen. So I just think that he was upset with how it was. I don't think that was nothing between him and Rand.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about the Levis and Vrabel interaction in the total, man. Shout out to Flame too, man. Shout out to everybody watching tonight, y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us. You know the drill. Make sure you come to this watch party at Winners Bar and Grill this Thursday, November the 2nd. Titans Idiot Nation gonna be there.
Yeah,
Two-Tone Blue Nation tailgate also gonna be there. We're gonna be doing our show there live, and you never know who may show up. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't promising a damn thing, but you never know who's going to show up. So either way, man, come out, turn up with us, have a great time. But yeah, man, let's talk about the Levis and Vrabel interaction in the tunnel, man, because a lot of people are taking it the same way they took the interaction with Vrabel and Rand in the tunnel, man. I mean, they say it just looked weird or whatnot, but I love this fan base, man. But I mean,
Be reaching sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
Will Levis
reaching.
is a weird dude. I mean, good God, y'all. Y'all act like it ain't a million motherfucking screenshots and photos of Will Levis looking weird as fuck. So when he walked back to that tunnel yesterday, I mean, that's just another
I know.
time where he was just looking weird as fuck. I don't think he had any kind of feelings towards Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel looked like, you know what I'm saying? He was telling him, like, hey, good game, man. You know, after the game, you know, don't, this is what might be said, but don't take it this way. I'm just blah, 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 whatever, whatever, whatever. But, you know, people, especially our beloved fellow fans, they gonna think whatever the fuck they want to think, and you ain't gonna make them think shit else, man. But man, it is just like the Rand situation, and like Firestone said, man, it is reaching to me.
Yeah, I just think some people's trying to find something at anything to talk about because the trade deadline came up. Kevin Byard stuff that was good media to talk about. Now everybody else is trying to reach for some stuff because they was hoping we was going to be trading more. And so far it seems like we don't see no more trades happening. So it just seems like they're reaching for more things to talk about because they might have planned to be talking more Titan stuff with Derrick Henry trade and a D-Hop trade that they was wanting. So I just think that was the case, and now they're just reaching for a bunch of news and trying to read into anything because they need filler news now. But it's reaching to like a very far extent. Like this is a go gadget arm type of reaching to try to figure out this stuff. There's all types of emotions after games. So and then leadership is done in so many different ways, and Vrabel does leadership his own way. We need to just let him show how he leads.
And Michael actually brought up a damn good point as well, man. RJ, MJ, I'm gonna kick it off to y'all and get y'all thoughts on Levis and Vrabel at the in the tunnel as well. But Michael actually brought up a damn good point. I think a lot of people are acting like that because of the Ben Jones clip, in which you know we all remember that now Vrabel just hugged the shit out of Ben Jones. I mean, that right there, you know, that was some real emotion that was being shown. We love Ben Jones to death. He put it on the line for us so many freaking times throughout the year. And you know, that game right there is the game where you know the offensive line got dang it pushed Derrick Henry like 8 or 10 yards into a first down, and Ben Jones was out there hyped up. So yeah, that's a damn good point, Michael. Man. But RJ, starting with you, man, what you think about the whole Thomas situation?
I just look at it like this, man. If I'm Mike Vrabel and I'm looking as a head coach, man, I look Will Levis in the eyes and I say, "Good game, man. You played your heart out, man, but you ain't won nothing. You ain't won nothing. You ain't won a playoff game. You ain't won a Super Bowl. You ain't won a division title, bro. Come on, we got, like I said, Pittsburgh Thursday. You know what I'm saying? If I was the head coach, that's exactly what I tell them. Man, look, build on it. We're gonna go through film. We're gonna look at everything that you did wrong, and we're gonna fix it. We're gonna make you better. You know."
Exactly, because that's what you want from Vrabel. You know that Will Levis is, and he has that moment. You saw the moment he had with his family afterwards. He's coming off a high horse thinking good. But the last thing we need is Will Levis coming into this game against the Steelers thinking, I'm this damn good. Everybody, you cool. We got that chip off your shoulder. You proved that. But you ain't proved a damn thing. You've done it in one game now. This NFL is about what you've done lately, not what you did your debut. So now the next thing is we're on to the Steelers. Let's move on, celebrate this, go have your fun with your family. But start preparing for Steelers because you ain't proven a damn thing yet. You had a good game, and everybody has a good game every once in a while. Now, can you do it consistently?
Yeah,
So
before we get to the next
imagine that there's Mike's plan, right? Like Mike Vrabel's plan. Do you think that he saw this potential from Levis in practice and just like needed the opportunity to finally put him in? Do you think that he is his guy? Like, do you think that he wanted Carthon to draft him? Do you think that this is his ultimate, or do you think like this is now being pushed on him, because we've seen this before in Tennessee. We've seen it before. Do you think that Mike Vrabel can go all in on Will Levis?
I think he can. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, I think he already has. He's just going about it differently, man. I think that Will Levis was always the once he saw him in practice and see, because I listened to Mike Keith on 104.5, and he said he's been doing this. He said I wasn't surprised about the performance. He's been doing this in practice for the past 6 months. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing this in practice. So whenever, like, he already knew he could do this. You get what I'm saying? So I think that he's been all in on him, but he want to make sure that he's leading him into the right place. And what he said is a different person. But I will say this about Will Levis, though. I'm gonna say this about Will Levis, though. One thing that I've noticed about him is when he's been doubted since he's got into this league. You get what I'm saying? And he's probably going to be doubted after this game, huh? And he wants him to stay doubted because that's bringing out the best out of Will Levis. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like Mike Vrabel is he's been on him, you know.
I feel, and I'll push it a little bit back, but like I said, you listen to Keys. I'm not out there in Tennessee. I don't get all the great news that y'all get, so I just get my fan base biasness. But no, for me, it feels like I don't think Vrabel did want him at first. I think Vrabel is fine with Tannehill right now, what he was wanting at that point. I think he was fine with Tannehill. Malik's a backup. That's what it is. I think this next draft is what Vrabel was looking towards as a QB. But I think him being in practice, we didn't get to see him in preseason much. They saw him in practice, but we know that, hey, just because you can perform in practice and make practice plays doesn't mean you can do it on the field neither. And as a rookie too, so you have some kind of doubt. But I just think that this was a moment where he's like, maybe Will could be the future, and then he came out in this game and actually boosted up the confidence in Vrabel to where, like, okay, he can go. Okay, we saw it in practice, now we saw it on the game against a damn good defense. Cool, but at the same point, I think Vrabel is like, all right, show me again. Now, how many times can you show me doing this? Because to him, I think he still has, like, Tannehill's shown me a couple of times that he can do this for me. He has messed up. He hasn't always been perfect, but he has at least shown me in multiple times that he can be the guy that can win us some games and lead us to a winning season and lead us to a number one seed in the AFC. Prove that to me now.
I'm closer to you on that than RJ. I'm closer to you and like, well, I think now he's going to be like, okay, well, we're in now. I don't think this was a grand plan. I think it was forced upon and like, he just had a circumstance and then he's playing well. So like, he's going to take the credit for it. I guarantee he's going to take the credit for it.
Thanks, man.
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, he might as well. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Faust.
I mean, if you was Mike Vrabel, wouldn't you take the credit too, though? I'm just saying.
Well, man, let's continue on with the bullshit because, good God alive,
there's more. No,
go ahead.
no.
No, yeah, there's definitely more. We ain't
It's been a crazy 48 hours.
We far from done, man. I love this fan base. I'm gonna continue with that right there. I love this fan base, and I also love this Titans content creator community in which we got a lot of great content creators. We in here with one of the OGs tonight, MJ, man. And before I say anything else, MJ, man, thank you for coming on to the show with us, man. I remember first watching you back in 2015, 16 or whatever. I was like, man, this young boy right here, he turned, goddamn it. He talking that motherfucking shit, god dang it. But man, it's an honor to have you here tonight, man.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, that was the Mariota days, early Mariota days.
Yeah,
very
man.
interesting, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we don't went through a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, we don't went through
Actually, that wasn't too bad. Come on. Okay, Jake.
Bro, the Mariota days was
Jake
like this. It was like win
Mariota
3 games,
days was
lose
bad.
4 games, win 3 games,
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
lose to the Colts automatically. You feel me? Hey,
Bro, the Mariota days. The Mariota days was like buying a brand new car and then realizing you had a lemon. It looked good in them first first couple seasons. Then that shit just started just to start breaking down and tearing apart.
Yeah,
man. Nice. We definitely went through some times, man. But man, let's go ahead and get into the next episode of bullshit / Twitter beefs. Because this right here was funny, man. I mean, good God alive. And Man, y'all make sure y'all go watch Locked On Titans with Tyler Rowland. Tyler Rowland, he another one of the OGs out here in this Titans content creator community, man. I mean, he been doing this thing for a damn long time as well. And man, I gotta keep it funky. I don't always agree with Tyler because Tyler is pretty out there with his takes or whatnot. I mean, he goes completely out there on left field some goddamn well. But I definitely respect what he does. But Tyler was on one today. Tyler was turned up. Tyler was on Twitter just saying everything, just got that going on, ranting. I mean, if you locked in on Titans Twitter, you already know how Tyler rolls. Well, today, Tyler decided to say this right here. Y'all are legit shields. Whatever the fucking shields is, I don't know what the fucking shield is or whatever. Hell, I guess it means sheep. He got a picture of a sheep up under the gift, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Like
but anyway, say what now?
It's kind of like a sellout. Kind
of.
Okay.
Appreciate that. But anyway, the guy says the team reporter cut out the middle of a quote to do damage control for Tannehill, and y'all cake for it. Yes, hide the info from me, please. Cut the quote so fans don't know what he really said. You own Tic Tac. And I was like, what the hell is Tyler talking about? I don't even know the damn quote he's even talking about. Nor do I even care to know the quote that he's talking about because I'm not gonna lie. Some of that shit I don't sit up and read. I have my own mind. I can think for myself. But at the same time, I do value other people's opinions. I do read shit from time to time. But you already know who that was directed at. It was directed at Jim Wide. And for those of you who don't know who Jim Wide is, Jim Wide used to work for the Tennessean. And everybody walks around thinking, oh, Jim Wide, he's just the company guy. He's PR for the Titans. He says everything that the Titans want him to say. Let me say this right here. I did an interview with Jim Wide some months back for, another network or whatnot, and got a chance to talk to Jim Wide a little bit. And man, Jim Wide would definitely speak his mind. He don't give a damn about speaking his mind or whatnot. He said some things during that interview that I felt like, he was, being straightforward with us. So that right there is a damn lie. But Jim Wide, he had time today. He had time for Tyler's ass today. And Jim Wide tweeted this right here. Busy day, but here you go. No one has ever asked me to not use a quote in the 9 years I worked with the team. Insulting for you to suggest didn't use because not as relevant as you might think. And if I'm looking for journalistic advice, it sure as hell wouldn't be from a guy who is known for regularly stealing the work of those that cover the team. Man, look, man. Y'all gonna learn to quit fucking with Jim Wide, because goddamn Jim Wide will put on them black forces and he will stomp your ass out. He will put on that ski mask and he will run down on your motherfucking ass. He will get on demon time with any damn body. Y'all remember the shit he said about Jerry Stillman? He told Jerry Stillman the only scoops he has is from Baskin Robbins. Come on now. And we haven't been far removed from that. I don't know why people act like Jim Wide is just the old company guy that you can say whatever the fuck you want to say to him and he ain't gonna say nothing back. But one day, y'all don't realize, don't play with Timothy Wyatt.
Bruh, he pulled a Yo Gotti, didn't he? He said, I looked at my wrist, I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today, bruh. He was ready.
He definitely got on that with Tyler, man.
Bro, but for Jim, I just think it's because he looks so humble. He looks like such a nice guy. He just looks like your best friend's dad. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why people think that they can try Jim Wyatt, but you can't, bro. He's gonna snap back at you. He's gonna clap back, and he's gonna say what he wants to say, bro. Because like me being in Oklahoma, that's some of the most news I ever get from Tennessee, especially from the older days. You only got Jim Wyatt mailbag. You didn't get no other Tennessee Titan coverage. What the fuck? What was Tennessee Titan coverage? You didn't even get shit. So. Man, Jim White, I'm thankful for everything that he does, and he's definitely always kept it 100, especially in the mailbag questions that the fans be asking him.
Yeah, he be cooking shit in that mailbag, man. If you ever
yeah, you do.
Read it, man, read it, because it ain't just a bunch of company ass answers in there. I mean, yes, it's some shit that he's not going to say, but at the same time, you gotta respect that. MJ, how you feel about the situation, man?
Oh boy, I have to be very careful with my words here because people are gonna really take this in a certain way. Again, I like what Tyler does. I think he's a fast-growing channel. He's doing well. There is also like a difference between like actual reporting and just like having the respect for the actual reporters of the team, whether it be Tennessee, whether it be USA Today, whether it be whatever. And how you approach that, and also how you approach these specific people. Jim Wyatt, as we know, is an OG. So, I mean, I don't even know like how the conversation went after that. I did see that reply. Wow, I can't believe Jim Wyatt said all that, but yeah,
well,
I mean,
go ahead.
Shot for shot.
I know, but hey. Content creation, it's interesting, especially in the Titans community. I recommend it. If you have an opinion, go ahead and create content for the Titans. But just know there is journalistic rules that you should be knowing of or aware of.
It looked like Steph Curry versus Dame Lillard on Twitter, man. That's what that looked like, man. Shots for shot.
It was wild, fella. RJ, you got anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, man. I got that. They the one guy who said it in the comments. He said, I didn't think Jim Wyatt had it in him. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't either. Because I mean, when I met him at when I was in London, when I went to the London game, man, and he just seemed like a real cool fella. I've never really seen him get mad at people. You know what I'm saying? So like, he ain't gonna lie, he put him in a pack though. He put Tyler in a pack.
Yeah, bro. It's just, man, them Twitter feeds are sometimes fun to watch. And like, I'll be watching Tic Tac Titans stuff and all that stuff too. Like you said, it's a good platform coming up talking Titans football. Love all that and everything. But when you say certain things, Twitter world's gonna come after you, bro. And that's the thing about Twitter. You think you're taking a shot and saying something about somebody and don't think they're gonna see it, and then they respond.
Yeah,
man,
I respect anybody that put that two-tone blue on, man. I respect, man. And he's putting in work for this franchise, man, and he's making sure fans get the content that he needs. So we're not gonna say nothing bad about Tyler on here. You know what I'm saying? No. Or Jim Wyatt. So
yeah, man. Shout out, like I said, man. Shout out to Tyler. He OG in this shit, man. And even though he may say some things that you definitely won't agree with, he says a lot of things that I myself agree with. And, I respect his work. I respect his time and his effort that he puts into this thing, man. But,
shoot, we don't
the wire tree no more.
No, and bro, we don't agree with everything everybody says. Man, y'all don't be agreeing with me with half the shit I say about Tannehill. It's all right, bro.
Look, it's not that we don't agree with you. It's just like, bro, it don't matter what Tannehill do, bro. Your ass be just no,
because I had excuses for him until Saints. But then after that Saints stuff, man, I've been on him. I've been with y'all, but there ain't no new excuses this year for Tannehill.
We'll never go see him again. Okay,
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that. I feel like we probably
something like that, but he's never gonna wear a Titan jersey again. That's my opinion.
If Will Levis comes
in a game, I don't think so. He's gone. He's gone.
Will Levis comes plays Pittsburgh like that, bruh. He's definitely not seeing the Titans field again.
He's done. He's finished. He's out.
Yeah, he like a Pittsburgh on prime time at their house. Oh yeah, bro. He most definitely the franchise.
You already seen how the media's been loving to talk about Will Levis, bro. They've talked about the Titans today more than they have all damn year. Will Levis was on every damn sports football talk show today, and man, everybody talked about him.
Like I said, and I told y'all on this darn podcast multiple times, when we get a quarterback that people believe in, bro, they talk about you differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they disrespecting the Titans. They're doing. I was like, no, they just don't like Tannehill, bro. You feel me? They just don't like him, bro. I'm not gonna be real. They don't. Like when we was the number one seed, they said we was the most overrated number one seed ever. Like, they knew our quarterback wasn't.
Why do you think now the Jaguars getting attention because of Trevor Lawrence? Right?
Yeah, it's all about quarterback, bro.
In there, they'll talk about you.
Yeah, Sal, you know, Sal, one of the top Ryan Tannehill haters, man. Sal hollering out.
Sal, crazy. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, man. Sal got dangling up over
there. He's a lot.
He up over there, man.
The Buffalo Bills used to be a laughing stock, bro, for over 20 play. After we beat them in the playoffs, bro, they were a laughing stock for a stupid long time. Then they get Josh Allen, and now they're the front page. They taking over New York. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they still a laughing stock to me, honestly, because they ain't done shit.
If Will Levis pans out, we're going to be the biggest team in the South. I'm telling you this now, because you got Alabama, who doesn't have a team. You got Mississippi, who doesn't have a team. Kentucky doesn't have a team. You know what I'm saying? Arkansas doesn't have an NFL team. They'll all become Titan fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will take over if we get a quarterback.
Okay, so let's get back to the bullshit, because it actually one more. Actually, it started with this right here, because this went down first. And shout out to Nate Washington, man. Nate, goddamn, Nate, that motherfucking dude, man, because Nate for the people, man. And
yeah, we gotta get Nate back on the show too.
Yeah. I think this right here was the perfect Twitter beef for the day, man, because Nate went up against somebody that y'all probably, will say, yeah, he deserved it. He definitely deserved it. Yeah, Nate and PK with the Boogate situation. So PK, he's on the side of it. If you move to Boo, they are big boys. I mean, PK. He's the turmoil king. Anytime he, finds room to be toxic, he's gonna be damn toxic. But Nate Washington, he felt some type of way about that shit, because he wasn't on the side of that. He didn't agree with the booing or whatnot. And he voiced that throughout yesterday. And today, he pulled up on PK and told PK, you the same person that Red didn't want to interview with the other day, but did it for Atlanta journalists. The Red to Twitter to tell everybody like a preschool child, be a big boy at all times, not just when you feel like it. Now, before I get to the next tweet or whatnot, a little backstory. PK ran to Twitter the other day, talking / crying about Rand Carthon. He won't do an interview with me, but he's doing this interview with this guy from Atlanta. And if y'all didn't know, Rand spent time in Atlanta in some capacity or whatnot. And he developed some relationships there. So I mean, I don't knock him for that. Hell, he could have had this interview planned months in advance. But PK being PK, I mean, shoot, he gets on here on Twitter. He does his crime. He does his, thing or whatever, where he goes on his rants. But Nate pulled up on him, man, and it did not end with that first tweet. Nate got back on him and hollered out, you get on here crying about how he acts when you ask a question and whether you even got the interview. crying. Stop expecting those kids to react in a way you don't even do. And you've been reporting for over 20 years. You stay on this app crying about interview section. PK said weeping even. That was the last part of it or whatnot. Got it mixed up right here. This was the second part of what was said. PK said, yes, I will be a big boy like an NFL player who can't handle being booed, taking shots at Malik. But he also said, great outfit yesterday, Nate. Can't believe a stand-up player like you is on the south side of this. PK being slick, trying to call that man soft. Ticket buyers have every right to be heard. I ain't with that money entitlement shit. But Nate responded, I'm a realist. Confidence is tied to the game. Kid hasn't even played bad. What's soft is calling someone out about something you don't believe. You was just on here crying about Rand not interviewing with you. Whenever Vrabel doesn't give you interviews you desire. And like I said, man, PK, he has a long history of doing this. I remember when PK or whatever, after they traded or released or Rashard Matthews or whatnot or whatever, PK got on one and he was talking about what was going on in Titans locker room, blah, blah, blah. And he went up there fishing for information and them players pretty much got on his ass. They, in so many words, said, PK, get the fuck out of here. Don't nobody want to hear your ass. I mean, you can even hear them laughing in the background saying, man, PK, man, get up out of here, man. Why I'm trying to hear that shit today. And then PK ran back to the radio station talking about how he was treated in the locker room, man. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off with MJ, man. How do you feel about, the whole PK Nate Washington incident?
I like PK. I like PK a lot.
Whoa, what? Hold on.
He's a true journalist. He's like, if you know Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson, like he's just a hard ass. He's a hardball. Like, and that's his job. That's his role. He knows what he's doing. So I will defend him. I know exactly what he's doing. And he doesn't care about a former player. Like, he's like, I already covered you. I already did this. Like, I don't care. I like PK. I'm going to defend PK. I know exactly what he's doing. I like it.
Man, just because you a journalist don't mean you gotta suck on the PK, man. I'm just messing with you, bro.
Yeah.
No, but see, like I'm with MJ on this one. I don't side with PK all the time. There's certain things I don't like that he does, certain things he does that I like. But I'm with him on this one. But I mean, I guess I'm riding the fence with both. But I'm with PK because, like, all right, you're an NFL player. You're going to get booed at times. This ain't the first booing all year. There's been other teams, other players getting booed all year. We've seen some players come out, do something, they boo for it. Or teams don't go for it on fourth down, they boo for it. So booing just happens. Accept it. It's part of the damn game. It's like the ref getting in the way or the ref making a bad call. Accept it and deal with it. But also, Nate's right. PK, you can't be the messenger for that message. You just can't be because of how you come on here. And like you said, you've complained on Twitter and all this shit. So even if what you're saying is factual and has some fans take that side to you, you're just not the messenger for that message, bro. Just sit back and let that one be because Nate bodied you on that one and pulled up a lot of great facts on you. But I agree with PK, man. You got to understand. And it ain't money mentality to me. But if a lot of these fans are out here busting their ass, breaking back, making money, living paycheck to paycheck a lot of times, and they're taking what little money they have left to make it to a Titans game, to buy a jersey, to buy a hat. The least you can do is try to put the best effort on the field week in and week out. And that Malik situation didn't feel like you was putting the best position out there for us at that time. So you got to listen to your fan base because if you don't listen to us, that money ain't going to support you and y'all ain't going to have a job. You're going to have to move somewhere else again like you did in Houston. So you got to listen to this fan base a little bit. It's not money mentality, but we're paying our hard-earned money to support this team. The least y'all could do is put a respectable effort out there on the field week in and week out.
Yeah, this is my thing to take with PK, man. Look, I just want to know what would the news world be without PK? You know what I'm saying? So say PK gets fired somehow. Like, But who's gonna take his place as a guy that triggers the fan base? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in New York, yeah, he probably. You never know. I just want to go take his place because I just feel like if PK's gone, somebody worse is coming. You get what I'm saying? It's just like how Batman never kills the Joker because he knows somebody worse than the Joker's coming.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of like Kane the Conqueror.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying, and it's just like I look at it like this. And without PK, man, with like you got he makes money somehow, some way. He's making money for the Titans. So there's no way to do. He still nobody likes this guy. I mean, granted, my bad, MJ. I know you like him, but a lot of mostly I'd say probably about 75% of the fan base does not like PK, and he still comes out here saying whatever he feels like. You know what I'm saying? It triggers the fan base in a way that you didn't think you could be triggered. And it works, man. I give it to him. He do his job, man. He's like a troll of journalism. He does his job, man. Hey.
I mean, we couldn't exist without people. Well, I ain't gonna say that right there, but man, PK is definitely a part of this Titans Twitter community, man. But before we wrap the show up, man, boom. Don't look like Derrick Henry getting traded. All you Derrick Henry haters can shut the fuck up because it was reported that there was a deal that was made, but Miss Amy shot that shit down. Miss Amy, she a whole savage up out here. She pretty much said, fuck them rat birds, man. And shout out to Titans Idiot Nation, man, because I first found this graphic on his page. And shout out to Logan Gillespie too, man. I mean, he one of the admins over on our Tennessee Titans Elite group, man. He been holding it down for a damn long time. I'm ready for him to get back into this meme shit. Black sheep memes, man. Dude be coming up with some funny ass shit, man. But quick thoughts about Derrick Henry.
I'll go first.
MJ, okay.
I'll go first. Look, man, there's nothing nobody in the NFL right now could trade unless it's like a bunch of first round picks that will equal up to Derrick Henry. I'm just gonna keep it 100 for what he means to this franchise, to what he means to our offense, to what it means to when we play a team and they got 8 people in the box all game. No other running backs getting that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Nick Chubb, but you know what I'm saying? No running backs getting that like Derrick Henry does. So, like I said, even Amy, she knew she was the logical one out of this. There's nothing that the Ravens were going to trade us that was going to equal up Derrick Henry. It's just not going to happen. We're never drafting another player on this. I mean, well, I ain't going to say never, but for a long time, we're never going to draft another player on this level of caliber. This is the Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? And you let him finish his career here. So.
Yeah, no, there, like I've said it many times on the show, Derrick Henry has more value on the field than he does on the trade block, because on the field he is a first round trade type quality, but no team is going to trade first round picks for Derrick Henry, knowing that the value of a first round pick can, set your franchise forward or backwards 5 years. Derrick Henry's not playing for 5 years, so it's just not worth that value. But for us, he's worth that value on the field for what he does and contributes to our team and what he can contribute to another team. So he always had more value on the field for us than he ever did on the trade block.
All right, MJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, also to add to that, I know Tannehill did enough whenever Derrick Henry got hurt 2 years ago. This is the Derrick Henry era for me, more than it is Tannehill. Tannehill is a large part of it. He's number 2. But Derrick Henry was the era for me when I think about the Tennessee Titans from 2018 through 2021, 2022, like the first half of 2022. It was Derrick Henry. And I hope he's a Hall of Famer. I hope that's true. I think he still needs to do a little bit more. We'll see. It's going to be close. But, yeah, this was a Derrick Henry era, and I'll miss him. I don't think we're going to trade him, but I think he is, not going to be resigned.
Facts. Man, we ain't going to talk y'all head off no more, man. We done talked to y'all for close to 2 hours, actually closer to a minute, 40, an hour and 45 minutes, y'all. And we really do appreciate y'all rocking out with us tonight. Once again, MJ, We definitely appreciate you coming through, chopping it up with us, man. If you ain't doing nothing Thursday, man, I hope you can come out to Winners Bar and Grill and turn up with us, man. We gonna watch this game. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Titans Idiot Nation gonna be there. Two-Tone Blue Nation gonna be there. It's being brought to you by Jameson. And we gonna have DJ Cool Austin in the building too, man. You know he gonna do his due on them ones and twos, man. And Firestone, go ahead and give us a word from our sponsors.
Yes, absolutely. Whether you're a bearded gentleman looking to elevate your grooming routine or a lady seeking the best in hair care, Lions Den Beard Collection has you covered. Trust me, once you try their products, you'll never look back. We use it. I use it. That's where I got my beard to be what it looks like growing. The soaps, everything that they have, I'm a firm believer in using Lions Den Beard Collection. So make sure y'all go to lionsdenbeardcollection.com, use promo code Coliseum, get 25% off your order.
MJ, you want to say anything before we ride out? You got anything coming up you want to plug?
Yeah, nothing much. Just follow me on Twitter at the MJ Take, YouTube at Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, shout out to everybody that watched tonight, man. We love y'all, man. Make sure y'all come out, turn up with us, tighten the fuck up. Let's go.